Good morning, my dear students. Today I shall teach you another chapter, that is subject verb agreement. How the verb agrees with subject. We know have and watch. M for progressive, have for perfect, watch for past progressive. Like this, for use subject, we can use for present progressive are, and for present perfect have, and for past progressive we are, you are. Then for third person, we use for present progressive is, and present perfect has, and for past progressive was, he was, Sita was, Mita was. For past progressive, that is, you know, also before previous classes I have discussed that the auxiliaries verbs takes the verb, takes the tense, means these verbs are called finite verbs. So each, have, has, was, were, they may be used as auxiliary verb and also main verb in sentences. So in here we use the sentence that I am a teacher, you are a boy, he is a singer. Then the children are playing football, because child is singular, children are plural. So that obviously we use plural subject, we can take plural verb. If we take singular subject, we must use singular verb. So that I can use I have done this work, I was doing this work yesterday. These are the examples for first person, I or we. Then second person, you can use that you are teaching English grammar. So that you in here, the auxiliary verb or MV can be used are for present progressive. And if we use in, that is present simple, you are a teacher, this is MV are, it is used for you. So that we can use the verbs in English for subjects, so that generally the verbs agree with subjects. So in an English grammar book, we can see a lot of examples, a lot of rules about verb agreement with subject. That first is, you see some sentences we use there, that is domi or introductory subject. There is a temple in our village. There were temples in Odisha. There are a lot of students, perhaps there. These are the examples of dummy or introductory their subject. But the real subject is, if we think, who is the real subject in these sentences? The real subjects are placed after the verbs. That is called real subject. That is, for example, first example that which I have told you before some time. That is, there is a temple in our village. So there is not real subject. That is the verb is, MV, and verb, and the subject is a temple. There is a temple in our village. Am gaare gotte deulo achi. What is in our village? A temple is in our village. So the subject must be a temple. So the verb agrees with it. Is the singular verb is used here. So like this, there are a lot of temples in Odisha. Odisha re aneko mandiro sabu achi. So now the introductory subject is there, but the real subject is temples. There are a lot of temples in Odisha. So the real subject is temples. So are obviously used the verb, plural verb here for temples are. Then like this, it. When it is used at the beginning of a sentence, so that always take singular verb. It is a beautiful temple. It is a beautiful book. Then it is a nice blackboard. These are the example of that is singular verbs with it subject. Then in part 2, if we know that when the plural number is used for time, distance, weight, amount of money, that is the number is, that is the subject number is plural, but they take singular verb. I know it very well. A boy is going, but boys are going. A child is playing, but children are playing. These are really correct. It's very easy. It is not difficult to understand. But if we know, if we think about what is about, that is time, distance, then weight or amount of money, then it will be treated as singular object or singular number. The number is plural, but it must take singular because we think it, that is, it is a unit, it is a round figure. You can understand. It is a round figure. You can remember it. It is a round figure. For example, 10 kilometers. Kilometers is not a long distance for me. 10 kilometers. You think it seriously. For boys are. But 10 kilometers. Well, obviously we can use R. But it will be wrong if we use R. So far. It will be is 10 kilometers is not a long distance nowadays. आजिकाली जुगरे 10 किलोमीटर बहुत दूर रास्ता नुहे. Like this another example, 20 rupees is not a big amount. That if you think about money, 20 rupees is not a big amount. 40 kilos is not a huge amount to carry. 40 kilos. 40 kilos is not a big amount. 40 କିଲୋଟା ଗୋଟେ ବହୁ ପରିମାଣ ନୁହେଁ ବହନ କରିବାକୁ. is the var, it is heavy, remember? That is. So like this, we can use other examples. That is the distance. 50 kilometers is not a long distance. Like this, a lot of examples we can use here, but there is no a lot of times here to discuss to present before you a lot of examples. So very shortly I am discussing, your time very short, so that from these examples you can understand how a single unit, the number is plural, but it is treated a single unit, a single group, a single unit, a single quantity, a round figure, that round figure, it is a round figure, it is a quantity, পরিমাণ 10 কিলোটা 20 ଟଙ୍କାটা, ଟଙ୍କା ଗୁଡ଼ିକ କୁହାଯାଏନି, 20 ଟଙ୍କାଟି ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ ପଇସା ନୁହେଁ. 20 rupees is not a big amount, not R. So that we can use singular verb for these subjects. Then the third rules or third forms, that is, if two nouns joined by and regarded as a single object or unit or notion or group or pair, you can think anything. That may be pair, that may be a group, that may be an idea, that is notion, that may be a single object or unit. That is generally we tell in Odia, ଭାତ ମାତ ଖାଇନୁ କି? ଡାଲି ଭାତ କେବେ ମିଳିବ? ମାଛ ଫାଛ ଘରେ ଆଜି ହେଇନି କି? ତେଣୁ ସେ ମାଛ ଫାଛ ଡାଲି ଭାତ. Perhaps like this in English also we use this type of sentences, and when the two nouns take together using a conjunction and, there we can use plural verb. Example, Ramu and Hari not is going to school, are going to school. It may be singular subject, may be plural subject. The boys and girls are playing in the field, plural subject. Joined, that is the conjunction and, so that we can use boys and girls are playing in the field. Ramu and Hari are going to Puri. Sita and Mita and Rita are playing chess. These are the example of, simple example of, general example of, that is using the conjunction and. And obviously they take plural verb with them. But in here, you see, though two nouns are joined with a conjunction and, but they take singular verb. How? Like this in Oriya, what I told before you sometime. Dali malli, bhaji maji, ଟିକେ କଲନି ଖାଇଥାନ୍ତେ, ଖାଇକିରି. Then that is dali bhato. So we take singular. For example, rice and dal is my favorite food. Bread and butter is liked by Indians. Bread and butter, you know, bread and butter, though they are two things, but they are united. They take or they give a single notion or idea, or it is a pair. so that we can use singular verb. Slow and steady wins the race. Then another example, that is, rice and dal is my favorite food. Then we can say, that is the example of, that is, slow and steady wins the race. There are so many examples like this in English grammar books we can use. So, though they are plurals, the subjects, the two subjects, when we take two subjects, they are plural, but they take singular, because they give a single idea, a single, that is a unit or pair, so that we can take singular verb with them. Then the third, collective nouns. A collective noun, it is very important. A collective noun takes singular verb if the speaker thinks as a singular whole, means it is whole. Perhaps you know, at first I am telling about collective nouns, goshti, collection, sangraha. Perhaps example, government, example, committee. These are example, jury. Then these are called, etc. These are called collective nouns. Samasti gata visesya. Perhaps example, for example, committee. Committee consists of 9 members, 11 members. They are 11 members, they are 9 members. So obviously they must be plural. But when their opinion, you think here, their opinion will be one. They will be treated as a single body. They will be treated as a single body, so that singular verb will be used there. But if their opinion, their views will be divided, they will be obviously plural, because there are a lot of members. Government is one, but it is not done, it is not prepared. The government is not formed by a single person. There are a lot of ministers, there are a lot of members, there are a lot of that is MLAs. No, not only the chief minister is the government. The government means a lot of ministers and others, MLAs. But they are single. Government is one. So that the government has taken its final decision. It is correct. Because at that time it is used as a single unit, it is a single person, a single object, a single idea, or single unit. So that we can use the government has taken its final decision. But the government have not passed the bill, because the opinions must be divided. Some ministers gave up one opinion, other ministers have another opinion, the other ministers have another separate opinions. So obviously, perhaps their opinion must be varied, must be different a lot. So it will be plural. It will take plural verb. So that, for example, then the committee where the committee has taken its final decision. The committee where divided their opinions, their views. Then from these examples, first and second, you can understand one is united, one is opinion is single unit ହେଇଗଲେ ସେମାନେ viewଟା ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା, then second रे viewଟା vary କଲା, individual view ହେଇଗଲା, individual ମାନେ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ବିଶେଷ view ହେଇଗଲା. That is, one person gives one view, another person gives another view, another person gives another view. There are a lot of views, so that obviously they will be plural, so that they will take plural. This is the difference. For collective nouns, use verb, singular and plural. Then there is another parts that is called the nouns for food, clothing, stationery, that is furniture, scenery. These are nouns. You know, some nouns of these types of nouns are uncountable nouns. So for uncountable nouns, we must use singular because we cannot get the plural form of these uncountable nouns. Furnitures, for example, furnitures, asbapatra. That may be table, chair, desk, bench, etc. That may be scenery, drishyaraji. So we cannot count them. We cannot count them. So we cannot get their singular number and plural number. So they always take singular verbs with they. For example, then that is the furniture. The furniture is old. The furniture is old. The scenery looks very beautiful. The clothings or your clothings is not so good. Then these nouns are singular and they take singular verbs. So that we can know some rules about verb with subjects, means subject and verb agreement. Really, the verbs agree with subject to form a correct sentence. So today, thank you to all my dear children. Next class, we shall discuss other parts of verb, subject and agreement.